Are you 35 plus and thinking of growing your family, or are you worried about getting pregnant? Do you think that your eggs might just shrivel up once you're 35? Are you feeling scared about being potentially considered high risk for your pregnancy simply because of your age? Are you feeling unsupported or uncertain about your options to even consider having a baby naturally and potentially having a natural birth? Or are you already in a quote unquote geriatric pregnancy? If so, this is the video for you. I'm so glad you're here because I felt the same way. Both of my children were born after I was 35. But for me, I was lucky enough to have some colleagues who had healthy pregnancies and healthy children. For me to even just realize that this is possible, this can happen, it doesn't have to be scary. So, this video is for all the folks who maybe don't have that support network so that we can get you through this journey with a little bit more sanity and a lot more confidence. Let's hear all the assumptions that you might have heard or that yeah, you might be thinking. You might be thinking it might be harder to get pregnant. You might have significantly more monitoring during the pregnancy, or again, simply because of your age, that you'll have more symptoms, or that your child might be at higher risk for developing some kind of issue down the road or at birth, or that you're a high risk pregnancy, again, simply because of your age. So, one of the big challenges is that when it comes to the world of health, we haven't really been taught to think about creating health. We focus a lot on preventing disease or managing symptoms, right? When was the last time that you said, I feel great, but I'm going to try to do even better? It doesn't happen as much. It's usually like, oh, this is an issue. What are the things that I can do about it? Or this kind of condition runs in my family. I want to try to make sure that I stay on top of it so that maybe I don't develop that. But from a true perspective of creating health, right? It's not something that we often think about. And that I bring that up because when we are coming from a perspective of preventing disease or just managing the symptoms, our questions tend to be different. So, going through this journey myself twice after the age of 35 was I had to ask different questions from my providers, from my birth team. I had asked different questions from my husband, for myself, right? We had to think about things a little bit differently when we were thinking about how can we establish this foundation of health, not only for ourselves so that we can experience a healthy, happy pregnancy, but also more importantly to have healthy and happy children. So, what if you had a team of practitioners and a whole network to help support you and your partner in a step by step guided journey to make these small lifestyle changes in a very intentional way so that we take the guesswork out of having a healthy pregnancy and, again, more importantly, a healthy family? Because this isn't about just giving you more education. You already know lots of things. But if you're like me, it can be really overwhelming to kind of figure out what exactly to do first and what will have the most impact and what's most relevant in terms of the order in which you are applying each of these changes. Because while I had a small network of practitioners and colleagues who had gone through this experience for themselves, I didn't have a roadmap to follow to say, these are the questions to ask, these are the things to think about, these are the things to start addressing in this order. And so I'm really excited to talk to you about this, and I'm so glad you're watching this because we've created that program. It was unintentionally what I was creating for myself as I was going through this journey in my pregnancies, but it became a foundational roadmap for my practice members. So the whole prenatal journey can create such a range of experiences, right? Regardless of age or any one single factor. And sometimes it can feel like our solutions are limited. So it can feel like you're forced to make a decision which might not fully resonate, or you might not feel like you have all the information that you might want in order to make that decision. So another way to consider this is that what do you do when your house starts to show signs of major wear and tear? You can only patch it up or cover it up for so long before we start needing to address it at a deeper level, right? So we need to think about our house's foundation, its structural integrity, and all the support that it can provide because it needs to be able to withstand the day to day stresses and the hopefully seldom, but maybe slightly more major stressors that occur along the way. So, similarly, your health is the foundational structure for your body. So looking at supporting the creation of health in your body, in your family's body, before you even grow your family, or if you're already pregnant, establishing those changes as early as possible so that we can set the stage for a healthy baby, a happy baby, and all of the things that come along with that. So if this sounds intriguing to you, I'd love to share with you my own experiences and having navigated this for myself, but also for my practice members. We have created a special program just for you where it guides all along the 5 trimesters of pregnancy, from preconception, the prenatal journey itself, to postpartum. We would talk about all the different things that we can do to really build our health and support our body so that if you are going through a geriatric pregnancy, and I really, really hope that they come up with a different term for this because it does not feel good to be 35 plus and being considered geriatric when you're far from being geriatric, but going through this journey together so that you can feel more empowered in the decisions you make. If you're interested in signing up, we have a wait list for our upcoming course. You can sign up in the link below so that you can be the first to stay informed about when it's all getting released and be the first to sign up. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.